So here's the cobalt cover, and the first thing we see, of course, is Paxson.
Hi, my name is Paxson St. Clair. I'm a second-generation boat builder with Cobalt Boats.
Paxson has a career as a TV news anchor waiting for him if he ever gets tired of building boats.
And in fact, they are our largest dealer in the world. First-class organization that represents the Cobalt brand with a lot of class, and they do an incredible job of taking care of their customers.
And we're taken automatically to the first page of the table of contents. Now, this isn't the catalog itself, this is the table of contents. You don't have to look at these pages, but they have to stay in the book. Apple requires it. And you can see that there is a chapter for each boat model. And at the bottom, the thumbnails show you the pages in each chapter. And the pages are consistent, but of course, they're all tailored to the specific boat in that chapter. Now we get on to the end and we see a couple different kinds of chapters. There's a surf and a visit and a recap and specs chapter, and that'll all become clear as we move along here. Back to the first page in the table of contents, and we tap on the thumbnail, and here now is the first page of the catalog. Just a couple of beauty shots actually in the first couple of pages. Title page here. And here is a gallery of all the models. So when you pinch out on this and play it full screen, you see that each image is one of the models, and this way we get a quick glance at all of them. Most people won't go through the table of contents, they'll just go right in the catalog, so this will be their first look at all the boats. Now you can navigate with the thumbnails at the bottom, or you can tap the screen one more time and the thumbnails disappear. It's important to kind of master this if you're going to be a salesperson showing off the content this way. Sometimes you're just going to want those photos to be full screen in all their native resolution gorgeousness. And sometimes you're going to want to have the thumbnail, so you don't have to look at all the boats. You can go to the one picture that you really want to show off. After the gallery, this chapter is about Cobalt, and you see on the left we've got their scrolling story, so we've got actually quite a lot of text, and we'll scroll down and be able to get all of that text in, the story that they tell on their website. And now we've got the Cobalt on the outside video clip, which can play in the window or come full screen. The videos are just spectacular. They look so much better than YouTube. You'll be able to tell that for yourself in a couple of minutes. All right, enough of that one. So we go right into another video. They have a lot of really good videos, Cobalt does, so this innovations video is quite good. So we built a page for it.
Innovation means industry firsts. Cobalt was the first with the extended running surface. Fiberglass.
Now this is how we get into each individual model. There's sort of a magazine cover thing going on here. Tells you what's ahead. And there's a high-res gallery of photos for each model. Cobalt has what they call competitive reviews for each model, so we have put them in their entirety. And we kept Cobalt's formatting too, so you just tap it with a finger, comes full screen, tap once to advance to the next page. Now here we've taken Cobalt's little floor plan graphic and made it interactive so that you can zoom in and you can really get close up on any part of it you want to. Now it's a shame that these floor plans don't have a lot of detail or measurements or really a lot of interesting stuff going on. And if we can ever get something better from them, we can rework these. Now, Cobalt has videos for all its models, but if we put all those videos in the iPad, it would be a gigantic book. So what we did instead is link to them on YouTube, and I'm not sure that this is the way we should be going with this. YouTube quality, as you'll see here in a second, is not really comparable to the native iPad quality, so we have to have a little talk about whether to make the books very large or to stay with the YouTube video and keep the books very small. Maybe we need to make one of each kind because this jerky, choppy YouTube video would just drive you crazy. Now we managed to preserve the Build Your Dream functionality for Cobalt by creating a link. You tap on the screen here and it takes you right to their website, and you can go through all the steps to build your dream. Of course, this does require an internet connection, and it does take a couple seconds to load, and so I'm going to try to put together a 296 for myself, and if I'm willing to wait 10 or 15 seconds, why then it is all there for me and I can do it. Now again, because there are so many good videos, we put some of them in a gallery just so they would always be easy for your people and for your customers to find. Here's one such page. And here's their really good little video on the swim step. Maybe that needs to have its own more prominent page. We can talk about that. And now here we come to Jim Brophy, our Cobalt customer, and what a great guy he was to meet in person too, by the way.
My name's Jim Brophy. I'm a customer.
I think we've waited just long enough to get to the customer testimonial here. This might just clinch it for a few people. So now, as I mentioned, we're going to go through each of the models individually, and each chapter has the same pages, and the same layout, and the same order, with a couple of exceptions. So I'm not going to make you look at all the different pages inside these chapters. You can do that on your own when you get the book. But I do want to show you at the end the different kinds of chapters we have there. This first one's called Surf, and basically it's a page of links. These are places you might want your customers and salespeople to be able to go quickly and easily. So you can tap on any one of these icons and go to, for example, your wake shop or your YouTube channel. Now, a visit page is kind of important because it has maps of all of your locations. It's a Google Map widget we've made so that if you're internet connected, you tap on it and there it shows you exactly where the Singleton location is. And you can zoom out and see that it's right there. This particular one is Lake Oconee. Now, Cobalt has provided us with a lot of information about their boats, and we didn't want to leave anything important out. So this chapter covers some of that ground. And the first thing we did was recreate that very effective how to save $9,000 on a Cobalt boat. This is a perfect interactive graphic for that message because every time you click on one of the little items, the sidebar window opens and it describes in detail exactly what it is. Now for the specs and price information that Cobalt provided, we need to give every boat its own little page again, but that's just so many boats, so we grouped them by series. And you just tap on a boat model and the specs and pricing information pops right up. Now we're getting toward the end. Our chat page lets your customers email you by just tapping on a hyperlink, or they can also give you feedback about the catalog. The email opens up addressed automatically to sales@singletonmarinegroup.com. We'll have to change that if that's not a valid email address, of course. And the feedback button lets you get feedback about the catalog itself if that's something you want to gather. Again, so much information provided by Cobalt. Their print catalog is very nice, so what we did is we put the entire print catalog in the iPad. And every time you tap your finger, you move to the next page, and it's very sharp and very legible on the Retina display. Our next interactive graphic, this is something that was on their website, so we recreated it to make it just a little bit maybe more interactive and interesting. And now we have a whole page of Cobalt innovations. And to compress everything, we've given everything an icon and a pop-up description. So whatever it is you want to look at, just tap on it. Now we've had a pretty light touch about saying a lot about Singleton so far, but here we go. We have the Singleton story right from your webpage. And it's here in its entirety, even with the pictures. And a nice photo of Austin. Get a little close-up shot of one of your awards for effect, and then we're going to round it out with a Singleton photo album. Just some really cute photos, give your customers a look at the dealership and some of the events and so forth. And we end as we began with some great Cobalt images, and that's that.